Hey everyone, Paper here with another replay review video. On Reddit, Rafflin posted about how he has lost a lot of games recently, and he's really frustrated about why. He's in silver right now, he keeps getting paired against gold players, and he's playing very badly, and he'd like advice. So I saw that, and I'm going to help him with this replay review. A couple things to consider first off, and I mentioned this to him on the Reddit post, but he was flipping between like 3 civs. If you're really trying to improve more consistently, stick with one. He said French is going to be his. We're going to look at a French game. Also, he said he really struggles against House of Lancaster, so we found one that's House of Lancaster. Great. 2, the reason he's in silver but still being paired against gold players is not because the game hates him, but if you go to AOE 4 World, for those of you who are new to the game, AOE 4 World is a wonderful website. I'll link it in the description below the video, where you can look at your profile, and basically it's able to, through some technological wizardry, tell you how the game views your hidden elo. And that's what the game really matches you on. It matches on your hidden elo, which is why sometimes we see these crazy matchmaking comparisons where it'll be like, oh, this Conk 2 player is playing its gold player. Yeah, but that gold player is actually hidden elo'd in Conqueror, and so the game views it as making sense. So while he is silver being paired against gold, his hidden elo is like high gold plat. So to the game, it feels like it's giving him fair games, and also if he loses those games against gold in game points, he doesn't lose very many. So he will balance back up if he starts winning. With all that to say, let's look at this game. So the first thing I want to be looking at is build order and scouting. As we're doing that, I will pontificate about the matchup. As someone who's been playing a lot of House of Lancaster recently to learn them, there are basically 2 big ways to beat House of Lancaster. One, you super duper all in them. Like you say, F it, I'm going all in. I'm making units, I'm making rams, I'm burning this to the ground. I'm not letting you get your manners going and get that free eco. Because if you think about it, the reason House of Lancaster works so well for people of Gold and Silver League, we're going to talk about this in a second, is that eco management is one of the most difficult skills. And with the manners, you're kind of getting your eco managed for you, which is why it feels very strong for them. So the first way is you super duper all in, attack. The other way you beat them is by outgreeding them. So for French, you could do Chamber of Commerce and trade. As House of Lancaster, I've lost against a French player just trading against me. You could go 2 TC, maybe even 3 TC and outgreed them. Like, as House of Lancaster, I've lost multiple times to people who just said, F it, I know you are doing your manners. I'm just going to outgreed you. You're not going to attack me. I'll make some spears or some knights in case you pull the dummy lancers, but I'm just going to outgreed you, and it could work. Because while the manners are nice, to get 9 manners, you basically have to invest a roughly 3 TC's worth of resources. I mean, to even get 3 manners is about a TC's worth of resources, because each manor is 300 resources and a TC is 750. So every time they add 3 manners, they're basically adding a TC and a half or TC and a quarter, and then you have to consider the 2 upgrades to continue making more manners. So they're doing a massive investment, and yes, they do start paying off instantly, but they take a while to pay off for the cost that it costs to build them. So that's your window. You either attack them or you just purely outgreed them. If you try to do some like cute stuff in between, it's not really going to work. But other civs can also have really good castle timings. Ayubid is a great example. Ayubid, Japan, can still go to castle and make really strong castle armies that win a fight against Lancaster before they really start to pop out. So you want to kind of lean into what your civ's good at, or just outgreed. So French, you could feud all in with knights and archers, and that would probably be very successful. Or you could just try to out boom them, which is harder at someone at your skill level because that's about eco management. But you're also playing against someone who probably doesn't have amazing eco management either. So that's the thing. 2, our scouting pattern. You went this way, then this way. The goal of our scouting early on is to be efficient with our scout. We want to gather as much sheep as possible. We want to know where things are on the map. We don't want to be wasting our scouts' time looping through areas we've already been to. So my suggestion is when the game opens, you grab all your villas, put them on sheep, queue up as many villas as you can from town center, grab your scout, put him on one, and then YOLO him to the middle of the map. Like, just click him on the mini map, click to the middle of the map. Then you do anything you need to do. First villa comes out, you have them build mining camp or house or stuff like that. And then you go to your scout on one, you can double click one, there he is, and then whenever you move him, have him shifted to the next spot you want him to go, and then bounce back to your TC. You should have a hotkey for your TC. So when I'm doing it, it looks like this. To my scout, to my TC, to my scout, to my TC, to my scout, to my TC, and I'm bouncing back and forth. Your scouting pattern should be to the middle, against the wall, back, drop off, to the wall, back up, check what your opponent's doing. Since you're French, if you want to attack, you want to keep your scout around their base then, so you know where to send their knight. Woo, a lot of talking. Let's see the gameplay. So scouts sitting here for a while, you're just missing out on sheep, and you need sheep as French. It's so important. You're getting that good sheep. A lot of scout idle. There we go. Now, specifically, some maps do have like hotspot sheep areas. So on Rocky River, the hotspot sheep areas are against the wall. So if you want to dive towards the wall first on this map, that's fine. But then clear and come back, that will work. Don't lose the scout. Oh, that was so close. Oh my goodness. So already I see this House of Lancaster player. His opening is weak sauce. It's weak sauce. He put the Lancaster castle in his base. It should have gone here because it would have defended one line, gold, stone. So here he's giving you a gift. He's giving you this gift of having a Lancaster castle that is barely protecting his gold. His also stone is completely uncovered. So fellas, if you're trying to slow down House of Lancaster and you're a civ that can be aggressive, make units early, target the thing they can't guard. Now, they're lucky sometimes. Sometimes they can get gold and stone under the same Lancaster castle, which is fine for them. Keep in mind that Lancaster castle only shoots one bolt. It can't be garrisoned, so knights can definitely dive under Lancaster castle. But if he's in the situation where his stone's on one side and he guards the gold, raid the stone. He can't get manners. If he's guarding the stone but can't get gold, great, guard the gold, then he can't get more than 3 manners. So like, try to take away the opposite thing they don't have. That'll be really helpful to you. Aging up with 5. Okay, so my concern is you're gathering absolutely 0 wood during the age up, which is leading you to having no wood as you enter. Now you can just make knights, right? But you only have 3 on gold right now, so that means you won't be able to consistently produce knights. You have a lot on food, and you haven't brought your sheep back. So look at the scouting pattern you need. You went all the way up and then went back over the area you've already been. You should have cut back down through here, and if you did, you would have got 3 more sheep. 4 more sheep, 5, 6 more sheep. So like, go through the areas you haven't scouted. 2, knowing your sheep limitations at the start of the game, if you had done this into the middle to the side and back, you would have already dropped off sheep. Instead, you took a very long time crossing over here, and then you went towards his base when you're about to run out of sheep. So it's just a prioritization of the fact that if you are a civ that doesn't have any special food bonuses, then you need to get your scout back relatively quickly as you're aging up. Basically, as you're aging up, your scout needs to come back to drop off sheep. Because this is going to slow you down. Your villas are either going to run out of sheep or they have to go to berries, and your ability to consistently produce knights is going to be hurt, because that's how you win. You win by consistently producing knights and then adding archers when you add spears. Where are we going? To the boar? Hell yeah. That will delay our initial knight production, but once that boar gets going, dude, it's great. Scout needs to be with the king. Scout needs to be with the king. Not the king, the knight. The knight can't see if the scout's not there. If the knight can't see, that it can't charge. So like, you gotta. If you watch high-level French play, the first night, either the scout's already sitting his ass near their base checking, or it's with the knight because your vision is greater, which allows the charge to happen sooner. Now, our prioritization where we're going. Why, you know that Lancaster wants to drop those sweet manners. Why is your knight not beelining towards the stone instantly? So the question is, what's my opponent want? What can I deny? Biz, it's berries. Like a lot of civs, it's gold if they're trying to fast castle. It's wood if they're trying to get production. Like for Lancaster, it's stone, man. It's always stone. Just go dive the stone. Like, they want to get those manners up. That's literally their only eco bonus is manners. So that should have beeline to the stone instantaneously. We have been consistently making villagers. I haven't been paying attention to that as much. 21, 24. Yeah, so you've been consistently making villagers because you should be producing villagers faster than him. You're getting rotating source is great. But here's our issue, is that initial pull to the boar does mean that you have not been producing knights consistently. So generally what we like to see is after you drop off the initial sheep, if there's a close deer back, take that one. If not, wait till you have a good amount of vills on food and then split half to go to the boar so that you're still able to produce knights while you're getting to that boar. Once again, not the biggest deal in the world, but like, it's nice to, in the early game, to have that consistent knight production. This is really smart by him. Rip-a-roni. If that ever happens, just pull the hurt Vil. Like if you see that you have a Vil that's extremely hurt on board, pull him back and send out a healthy one, or drop a tower. But he knows that boar's there, so at any point he could just make units and go harass the boar. So like the second an opponent's scout sees something like that, you gotta drop some sort of protection because that's extremely raidable now. Like you have the wood for it, just drop a tower, or you could wall your boar in. So like wall from here to here to here, so that they can't be raided. Where's this knight going? Knight doesn't know. Knight's just kind of guessing. Knight's just vibing because your scout's over here. And so this is not how you French. Sorry if I sound rude, but I want to say this in a way that I hope sticks in your brain. The way French wins is by being there. You have to be at their base. You have to be raiding. You have to be pressuring. And it's not even like killing Vils. But it's like, if your knight shows up here, he can't be on stone. So then he has to make units, which is not what Lancaster wants to do at this point. Lancaster wants to add manners. And the second you force him to add units instead of manners, your eco is going to be better because their eco is nothing without the manners. But go watch high-level French gameplay. Go to AOE4 World, look up, watch Twitch VODs of people who are playing French at a level that's like a greater than Diamond. And watch how they use their knights. Their knights are always around. They're pressuring. They're there. They're haunting Spectre. You want your opponent to feel like the knight might come at any moment, which forces them to play scared. And then you get a Vil here and there, but you're never too greedy, and you just keep building units. Look at this. It is the 7-minute mark, and he has not felt your knight at all. At all. He's got to put up 2 manners for free. He's gathered enough stone to put up 4 more manners. So in a second, he doesn't have to go to stone anymore. He can just get 6 manners with the stone he gathered. So like, you had this moment at the very start to get here, and he maybe would have gathered enough for 1 manner, and you would have pushed him off the stone, and then the game would have been a whole different tenor. But since you weren't there, because you didn't prioritize it, like a big part of this game is realizing the most important things to prioritize, especially considering your civ. So like basic baseline stuff is always making villagers, always making units, spending your resources, unless you're doing something like a castle rush or 2TC, we have to save resources. And then for French, the prioritization is my first knight does something. My first knight is push him off a resource that's outside of TC, is making him play insular so that he has to make units, and then I can make my better knight archer combo than anything he has. And if you're playing a different civ, for anyone watching this who's not a French player, it's the same idea. Like if you want to throw, there we go, you got 2 Vils, but it was at the 7:30 mark. It took us forever to get there. And since we went to boar so early, why is the knights not crossing? These units need to be crossing to here, my man. Like, why are they waiting here? He has no units. Like the second knight should be here already diving the gold. Since now he just pulled his Vils back over here, the second knight could be coming and killing 2 gold Vils. Yeah, send your units over. Send them. 3 on gold means you can't consistently produce knights. You need like 5 to 6 on gold. But like this should have happened just earlier. And now you have amazing food because of the boar. But the tempo you lost initially going there without any other Vils really on food means that you missed the chance of a lot of early harass. So like going to boar very early is fine, but you have to ask yourself, what's more important, a good early harass or getting more consistent food? And against House of Lancaster, early pressure is everything. Is everything. Yeah, you don't have to leave. You can just sit here and attack the stone mine. He still has nothing. He has no units. He's just going castle. So another example of if you were here with your units, 1, he can't drop this manor for free. 2, you start dropping rams, and you could burn this stuff down because he has no units. None. 0 units. He's just being a greedy boy, and since you haven't since you're not being aggressive like French should be, you're letting him do it. You knew, and you let it happen. That's the quote from whatever movie that is. Consistent night production. Consistent night production. Please, please, please. You've made 2 knights. You've made just 2 knights. I want more knights than this. Because if he shows up with Hoblars, you're dead. He's mustering the nobles. This is another reason why you need knights. And this is in general anyway, right? If you do 2 knights into mass archers, your opponent just makes horsemen and you die. You have to make knights not only to pressure, but to defend your archers and force spearmen. Because right now he's gonna muster the nobles, and you don't have the if you had 4 to 5 knights here, you could fight the demi lancers easy peasy. They're not that strong. Their charge attack is nice, but after that their damage is awful. But since you don't have knights here, your archers will legitimately die to a demi lancer pull. So that's just, once again, eco management. You're currently floating 1,000 food, 200 gold, 300 gold. So you're not consistently spending your resources. The second you go out on boar, your food's going to be amazing. So either you need to add more production or actually buy the unit that costs a lot of food, which is Royal Knights, and balance the gold. So how you balance resources is, as you're making, you make villagers, you make units, and then you look at your resources and you go, what do I have a lot of, what do I have a very little of? And if you have a lot of food, but you can't spend it because you have no gold or wood, then you need to move some villas to gold. Either rallying the TC to gold or pulling villas off wood to move to gold. I do love rallying to wood because then we have a lot of extra wood. You can just move wood villas to other resources and build things. But like, get more villas on gold. You're French. You got to make knights. But you're trying to drop a bunch of rams that you can't defend because you don't have units. Because look at these Demi Lancer stats. Demi Lancers do 8 damage a hit. Their lance does 12. You're doing 20 damage a hit from your knight. So if like 3 to 4 knights would wipe these Demi Lancers easy peasy. Then you send the rams in without protection, and now it's game over. Like, this game's gonna go on for 30 more minutes. There's no reason to watch it. Because at this point, I mean, yes, you could come back and win. Totally available. But the thing that concerns me the most is this early game. The fact that it took you so long to get there, the fact that you didn't make knights, the fact that you weren't raiding, the fact that you didn't scout what he had and like react to it. All those things matter way more than anything else is going to happen in the mid to late game. I don't really care about castle and imperial that much if you don't do the basic skill stuff and the basic feudal stuff that's going to make you successful. And I think I just gave you a lot of things to work on here anyway. I don't want to overload you with like more stuff to think about. But I hope you found that helpful. If you're interested in getting support in the game, please feel free to check out my coaching Discord. There's a lot of people who love to give advice or check out games or things like that. If you're looking for coaching, reach out to me as well. I'd love to coach you in a more one-on-one setting. With that, good luck on your games. Hope this review helped, and give House of Lancaster hell, man. You can do it. You're French. You're a big, strong guy.